What does your crush do that really warms your heart?
Don't forget to support our shitty channel, please.
She listens intently when I speak to her. I don't know many people who do it like her. Of course, she's in school to be a therapist, so it's probably a top thing, but I don't know anyone who makes me feel so heard. That's where all good stories start. If you are really committed, try to get her to vent and you be a good listener. Be responsive and actively try to make her feel warm on the inside. She sounds very nice. I wish you strength, my friend. You can't even imagine how lucky you are. Hold on to her. Best of luck for you too. She talks about foxes. She loves foxes and talks about foxes almost all the time, and it's really cute. No, I don't say that in a creepy way. We're both 13, but it warms my heart to hear her talk about foxes and how smart some are, or how cute some are. I'm nervous to tell her how I feel though. Tell her, mate. I made the mistake of never telling a girl I liked her when I was your age, and I found out a few years later she was the same. Nothing ever came of it, and it broke my little 16-year-old heart. You've got nothing to lose and heaps to gain. Best of luck, pal. I'm in a similar situation where I like this girl. But the problem is that we're in the same friend group, 3 girls and 3/4 guys, depends on how you see it. I would really like some advice on how I should go about my situation, please tell her. I'm almost 38, and I've known my BF for 22 years. We dated in high school, and a little after, were each other's firsts. We stayed friends this whole time, and I consider him my BFF. The past 15 years, I've just not let myself go down the dating path again with him, because I was scared of ruining the friendship again. Well, I got sick of that, and finally fucking told him the beginning of this year. He always felt the same about me. I just didn't want to admit the same, for fear of losing him for good if something bad happened. But that's stupid. I wasted so much time. Still now, I think, we could have been happier together sooner if I'd gotten my head out of my ass. But we're together now, and happy. Tell her. Even if she doesn't feel the same, at least you got it off your chest. I know y'all are both 13, but he and I weren't much older than you guys when we first dated. If it happens, awesome. If not, y'all said your piece, and you can let it go and keep being friends. Good luck to you. And I love foxes too. Y'all have great taste. I mean, she's just a generally sweet person that always helps people, so that always gets me. She was a really nice girl and was very sweet. Sucks I screwed that up though, and we won't see each other again, but I've always liked people who help others, but she was different, but a good different, especially since I'm following a career that helps others. My last crush. She made me feel less insecure about my flaws. For example, I absolutely hate my voice and being on camera, but she made me grow to at least tolerate being on camera and talking more. She remembered little things I told her. She made me feel like I could actually be good enough for someone. Okay, so my crush is around 6.5 feet and she constantly hugs me. That makes me feel kind of protected, you could say. Do not listen to that dude who said you should feel insecure about her being tall. You feel safe, and if she's hugging you constantly, you must make her feel some kind of way. That height shit is bullshit. Source: lady who wouldn't gaff if her BF was 5 feet 3 inches or 6 feet 3 inches because she loves him for him. Story time. So basically, the Baptist student ministry at my university has had a few sermons this summer. Met this girl. God, she was so welcoming. I'm new, so I don't know hardly anyone. But she approached me. And we had such a nice conversation. She was so kind and caring. And she actually cared about what I had to say. It was crazy. I'm waiting for semester to start, so I can see her again. Wow, I wasn't expecting this. Thank you for telling this story in such beautiful detail. I agree that hospitality and actual respectful and curious listening goes such a long way in making someone feel comfortable, loved, and valued. I hope you guys continue to vibe and something even more can grow from it. Just to name a few things, when she notices a dog walking while we're driving or eating at a restaurant or something and she stops mid-sentence and points out the dog. When she just holds me. When she cares about how I'm feeling. When she brings me a drink when I didn't ask for one. When she offers to help me work even though we both know she doesn't understand what I'm working on. When she tries to understand and eventually can talk about my work with others. Says hi first. That shit is going to make eventually asking her out after Corona so much less stressful because she's the only person I know that does that, which is probably a good sign. I always had to initiate a conversation after quarantine because one of my closest friends gave me her number and we talked several times, so I did something where I see if she will initiate conversation. It's been 2 months. His smile just makes my day. And every night at the end of our daily video call he tells me he loves me. Also, the way his eyes light up whenever he starts telling me about something he's passionate about is adorable. We're in a long-distance relationship and aren't sure when we can see each other next since he's in the US and I'm in Europe, but small things like that make me feel all warm and mushy inside. He likes me back. Also, the fact that he looks like he might sacrifice infants in the woods but in reality is such a big softie. Went on a hike with him, and we literally stopped to pet every single dog that passed by us, with the owner's permission, of course. During that same hike, he realized I really love flowers and plants and would point out ones that he thinks are cool. He met my pets, and my cat fell in love with him because he sat there beside my bed, luring her out with treats and talking sweet to her. She's super shy, so I told him not to be offended if she didn't come out, but she eventually did and spent an hour with her in his lap. He also tried to hide the fact that he sleeps with an old teddy bear when I stayed over at his house. She says I love you, even though it's purely platonic. It's a little bittersweet, but I appreciate and treasure every moment I get to talk to her. I wanna confess, but I'm afraid of ruining our friendship, and maybe my parents won't appreciate me liking a girl. I'm pansexual. The thing my crush did to warm my heart was showing up when we had an appointment and actually engage in conversations. Yes, I said did because she stopped replying 2 weeks ago. I asked her why she hadn't replied. She told me that she wasn't very social and that she would try to talk a bit more. That's been 4 days now, and guess what she hasn't done? Right. So it's not my crush anymore. I won't be referring to a crush but to someone I can actually say I fell in love with. Anyways, she was the very first person to talk to me after I moved here from Tucson, Arizona in 8th grade. I didn't feel anything like love or a crush at first, but when we got into high school about halfway through our freshman year I had really started to be attracted to her. It wasn't that she did anything elegantly or had a certain look. It was the way she stuttered when she was nervous, laughed with no restraints and how friendly she was with everyone. A year had passed and by this time I still hadn't ever actually told her straight up how I felt and everyone knew including her, but she knew how I was and didn't bring it up or give any indication that she knew. So anyways, I remember when she told everyone she was leaving because she was moving to New York. She looked happy and excited and of course I was happy for her, but I felt horrible when I got home. To this day I don't regret not telling her how I felt because I know she didn't see me in the same light, but she will always be the what if I never pursued. Anyways, to sum up in a few words, I would say her friendliness, clumsiness and her laughter was what made look her way. 2 days ago I went through with the surgery on my throat, neck. Most of my friends didn't write anything in the group chat. I'm guessing they either didn't what to say or saw it too late, except two, my best friend who said glad you didn't die and my crush who first agreed that it was nice that I didn't die and also asked me how I was feeling. I'm not trying to sound like a simp or whatever, but literally everything. She has a great smile and eyes, she listens intently, is intelligent and sweet and comforts me when I need it. And also gives amazing hugs. I'm truly blessed to have her. Unfortunately, I haven't worked the courage to tell her how I feel.